everyone, good afternoon for people who are on my time zone, and good morning, good night, good evening to everyone who is not. Hello, your learners, how are you? Hello everyone, welcome to my live stream. My name is Érika, I'm teacher Érika at MELHORE SEU INGLêS. I'm trying to do these live streams regularly. I didn't do it yesterday, it was hard. But my goal is to do it regularly at around this time every day. Don't forget to follow us here. Don't forget to follow our podcast, MELHORE SEU INGLêS, our YouTube channel, MELHORE SEU INGLêS. What else? Instagram, YouTube, podcast, yeah. So follow us there. If you have any questions, if you want to chat for a bit, if you want to learn something, if you have questions, ask us and we'll talk about it, okay? So, I'm teacher Érika, as I pinned here, and today we'll talk about 5 more pieces of information, phrases, okay? Not necessarily phrasal verbs, or maybe I'll call them collocations. Actually, there will be, I think today, I'll just talk about phrasal verbs. Yeah, just phrasal verbs today. And we're going to start right away. Okay, so how is everyone doing? For those who did NA yesterday, Sunday, how did you do on the test? I hope you did well. I'm sure actually you did well. So let's get started with the first phrasal verb today. The first phrasal verb is to wrap up. To wrap up. Do you guys know what it means? When we say, I'm gonna wrap this up now, what does it mean? Hello, Ana Maria, Tok, Nixion, Anderson. Hello, everyone. Julia, Marcia, Miriam. Any ideas? Have you ever used this phrasal verb? Have you ever heard anyone using this phrasal verb? You probably have. Hello, Animatra. Where are you from? So, to wrap up. To wrap up means, right, hava. So to wrap up means to finish an activity, okay? To bring it to a conclusion, to finish something. So I'm gonna give you some examples, and if you guys, Turkey, nice, Animatra. So if you guys want to write your own examples here, this is the time to do it, okay? So again, to wrap up, it means to finish something, finish an activity. You're Turkish, excellent. Very good job on writing Turkish with a capital T, okay? Nice. So, first example, we ought to wrap up these meetings and get back to work, okay? So, I'm gonna read the examples first and then comment on the patterns that we find here. So we ought to wrap up this meeting and get back to work is the first example. The next one is, I just need to wrap up some work before I head home. I just need to wrap up some work before I head home. Okay, everyone, let's wrap it up for tonight. Okay, everyone, let's wrap it up for tonight is another one. I'm going to wrap up here in a minute or two, so I can take your questions. I'm going to wrap up here in a minute or two, so I can take your questions. And the next to last, and with that, I will wrap up. And with that, I will wrap up. So this is a way to end something, okay? Like something like a meeting. We'll talk about that. To wrap up the project, the artist visits the studio and signs the finished sculptures. To wrap up the project, the artist visits the studio and signs the finished sculptures. So, hello Luciana, hello Saber, hello Mike. Mike, do you use this phrasal verb to wrap up, something up? Hello Selena, hello everyone. So let's see how it's used in these examples. The first one, we ought to wrap up this meeting. Okay, so it's common to use wrap up connected with the word meeting, wrap up a meeting. You can wrap up some work. You can wrap it up, and then this it is referring to something that we don't know, but probably work for the day. And I'm going to wrap it up here in a minute or two. So I'm again not mentioning what I'm wrapping up, but I'm finishing. I know that the person is finishing an activity. And with that, I'll wrap up and wrap up the project. So if you want a good collocation here, use wrap up a meeting, wrap up a project, and wrap up some work. Okay? These are 3 ways to use wrap up, and you can also use wrap up or wrap it up if you have, if the other person knows what you're talking about. Okay? Cool. So if you guys want to write examples here, feel free to do it, okay? Let's continue. Hello, Kayam. So the next one is to blow off. And blow off is a weird phrasal verb, I think, because it means to explode, to make something explode, to destroy something by making it explode. But it's not very common in this sense. It's more common metaphorically when you say, I'm gonna blow off some steam. Steam is vapor. But when you say blow off some steam, it means you're going to unwind, you're going to relax, you're going to try to become less tense about something. Okay, so Animatra, how do I improve my English? I'm 14 years old. Surround yourself with English. This is the best advice I can give you. Actually, there are many good pieces of advice I can give you. One of them is your attitude. If you have the right attitude, you will learn English in a minute, okay? It won't take long for you to learn it. So listen to podcasts, watch movies, TV shows, read a lot, every day, all the time. Surround yourself with English. This is the best way to learn it, okay? And use it. Talk to people, and so on. So let's see some examples with this phrasal verb blow off, but I'm not going to use it in the sense of blow off steam. I'm kind of avoiding this. I will prepare a script just for that, to blow off some steam, okay? But not now. Kayam. I was really good on that test, then I blew up everything. Yeah. There is the sense, this is metaphorical, right? Because they're not really exploding. There isn't a violent explosion involving smoke and fire, etc. And this is a good way to use it. Yes, I'm using in the literal sense here. Okay, I'm gonna show you the blew off. Very good, blew off. Yeah, and then you have the verbs, the phrasal verbs, blow off, blow up, right? These are related phrasal verbs. Let's see the examples. First one. They told him about a rice farmer whose leg was blown off by a landmine. This is a dire example, horrible. It happens. It still happens because there are landmines everywhere in some parts of the globe. Anyway, they told him about a rice farmer whose leg was blown off by a landmine. So a landmine is an explosive, and it really destroyed somebody's body part. Another example, if you keep shaking that bottle of soda, the cap is going to blow off. So if you guys like soda, and if you shake it, you know it's bound to explode. It's bound to blow off. Another example, an explosion blew the plane off. So the explosion blew a plane off. As fusion begins, oh, this is a cool example. I like this one. As fusion, if any of you are scientists or something, researchers, you'll like this. As fusion begins in a new star, astronomers, it sends out jets of gas that blow off the top and the bottom of the cloud. I don't know if you understood this. I'm going to read it again. As fusion begins in a new star, it sends out jets of gas that blow off the top and the bottom of the cloud. Another example, it blew off roofs and windows. It may be referring to an explosion. And they blew off a little bomb. They blew off a little bomb. And Just a reminder here, bomb is spelled B-O-M-B, but we don't pronounce the last B, it's silent, so it's just bomb. So all my examples here are very, very literal, okay? They all involve explosions, fire, smoke, destruction of objects, of people, of things. But of course, this can be used in a more metaphorical way, okay? So we can talk more about it some other time. Let's move on to the next one. Any other examples? Luciano. Thank you for your example, Luciano. So, the roof blew off in the fire. Could be the fire of the explosion. It blew off in the fire. Good job. That's it. And good job, you guys, with the past of the verb blow. I don't know if I said blew here. Don't remember. But the past blow is an irregular verb. The infinitive is blow, and the past is blue. And this is the pronunciation of this word, blue. Okay, like the color blue. It blew off. Good job. Animatra. I have drawings in my account. Can you look? Not now, maybe later. I'll do that. I'll check it out. Okay, the next one is to seek out. To seek out. To seek out is sophisticated way. No, it actually has a different meaning from look for. Okay, but it's similar. It's related to look for. Seek out. So to seek out means to look for someone or something, especially for a long time until you find them. Okay, so it would be a subcategory of look for. There are different verbs you can use to refer to that, to try to find something. You can look for something, and if you're doing that for a very long time, you can use the phrasal verb seek out. Seek out. And seek out is spelled S-E-E-K. S-E-E-K. Okay, out. Let's see the examples. His parents sought out the best doctors in the field. His parents sought out the best doctors in the field. So, what is the past? Seek is an irregular verb. I just said it. What is the past of the verb to seek? Do you guys know? Seek. So I'm going to write the infinitive here, seek, and it's seek out. And what is the past of this verb? Both past simple and past participle have the same form, exact same form. Not sock, Kayam, try again, try again. It's almost that, okay? The two first letters are that. S-O. S-O is fine. What about the rest? This is cool. It's like an enigma. Try to find out. Get your books out. Check Google Translate. Try to find Google it. And what is the past? This is an interesting verb. Seek. What is the past? Not so. Isaias, thank you for your guess. It's not so. Alexandra. Alex Gandra. I'm sorry. Alex Gandra. Yeah, sought out. I'm going to pin this one. Sought out. Isn't it bizarre that we have an infinitive that is S-E-E-K and the past is S-O-U-G-A-T. There are many verbs that end this way, O-U-G-A-T, right? Thought, sought, what else? Can't remember, can't think of any other verb that ends like that. But sought out, that's the past. So my example is, again, his parents thought out, no, not thought out. His parents sought out the best doctors in the field. The next one, I love the next example. White blood cells seek out and destroy infections. White blood cells seek out and destroy infections. If any of you are doctors, you might find this useful. While he was at the library, Steve decided to seek out some information on the history of the area. So he decided to seek out some information on the history of the area. We should seek out to have more aesthetic experiences in our lives. And if you guys know how to spell aesthetic, please do it here and I'll give you a star, a golden star. Aesthetic experience. So the next one, the last example, they started to seek out companies and organizations that have some of the same goals. Some of the same goals. Sought out cat. Yeah, if you're looking for a cat, you're seeking this cat out. If it takes some time, you can say, we were seeking out, or we sought out my cat. But usually it's something new, I guess. Let's see the patterns. So you can seek out people, like seek out the best doctors, seek out the best architects, seek out the best engineers, seek out the best teachers. You can seek out things. You can seek out information, and remember that information is not a countable word. So there is no information with an S. Okay, we say some information, no S at the end. So you can seek out some information, and you can seek out aesthetic experiences. I don't think you can spell that. Let me do this really quickly. Aesthetic. This is the adjective I'm talking about. And you can seek out companies, organizations, and so on. Kayam. I sought out that guy who sought me out. 2 phrasal verbs in 1 sentence. Great job. 2 birds with a stone. Killed 2 birds with a stone. I sought out that guy who sought me out. Perfect. Good job. Nice work. All right. So the phrasal verb number 4 is super, super cool. Tell me if you have heard this one before, please. And this one is beef up. Do you guys know how to write this one? Beef up, to beef something up. How do we spell that? I'm going to wait a little bit until one of you write this down. So to beef up. Beef up. Taki Sufiani, I'll talk to you in a minute. I'll just finish talking about these 2 last phrasal verbs, and then we can check a bit. Okay, but first I would like you to write it here. To beef up. Any idea? So, to beef up. There. Never seen this one? Kayam? Okay. Almost that, Kayam. There are 2 Kayams today. No, it's you. Beef up. So, where is my beef up here? Beef up. B-double-E-F. Okay? Beef up. What does it mean? So, beef up. Beef, you know what beef is, right? It's red meat. And when you beef something up, you improve it, you make it stronger. Okay? So, it means to increase something, to improve something, to make something more interesting, to make something stronger, to make something more effective. Okay? So let's see some examples. And this is the opportunity for you guys to write an example here and practice. Beef up. This is super cool. The organization plans to beef up its marketing effort. Marketing effort. Okay? It seems it's not working so well. People don't know about the organization, so they need to beef it up. Okay? Make it stronger, more effective. Another one, the company has beefed up its email service. It hasn't been working so well, so it needs to be beefed up, improved. Security around the city will be beefed up during the event. So there is regular security already, but there will be an event and the security needs to be beefed up, improved, increased. They might not be able to beef up our cybersecurity over the next couple of years. They might not be able to beef up our cybersecurity over the next couple of years. Improve, increase, make it stronger. Clearly, you felt that you had to beef up your knowledge on that. So you can beef up your knowledge, your English knowledge. Maybe you need to beef up your computer skills. Do you need to beef up your computer skills? Maybe for a job interview, right? So beef up, I like that. Any examples with beef up? I was beefing up the bottom of the house. You're making it stronger, you mean the structure of the house, so it wouldn't collapse? Because that's what it means, okay? To make it stronger, sturdier, in this sense, okay? So beef up, beef up. And the next one, the last one for today, is to bristle at. Do you guys know how to spell this one? Bristle. There are silent letters here. Bristle, one. There is one silent letter. To bristle at something or someone. You can bristle at someone too. So, to bristle at, bristle, up, yes, at something. Hello, Rosilene, how are you? Hello, Tanya. Hello, Marli. So, when we bristle at something, we get upset at something, we show anger, we show indignation, we get angry, upset, everything. So, examples. She bristled at his insolent remarks. Insolent remarks. So, she bristled at his insolent remarks. You can bristle at that. I bristled at the suggestion that I trade offices with someone else in the department. This is not an idea that I like. That I trade offices with someone else in the department. I bristle at that idea. I don't like that idea. I get very, very upset at that. He bristled at our criticism of his novel and stormed out of the room. And this is another phrasal verb that I like, to storm out of someplace. So he bristled at our criticism of his novel and stormed out of the room. He could sometimes bristle at people who were maybe a little too forthcoming about their wealth. He could sometimes bristle at people who were maybe a little too forthcoming about their wealth. And the last one, many people are going to bristle at the notion of privilege. Many people are going to bristle at the notion of privilege. What do you think of that? What do you guys bristle at? What do you bristle at? So, Khalil, hello. Rosilene, hello. Didn't get this one? Bristle at. Again, Kayom. To bristle at something means to feel indignant about something, to be angry at something, to feel very upset about something. Okay? So, it's when you show anger, you show indignation about something. So these are some examples. She bristled at his insolent remarks. Many people are going to bristle at the notion of privilege. He bristled at our criticism of his novel and stormed out of the room. So here, people are bristling at remarks. What are remarks? Comments. They are bristling at suggestions that they don't like. Criticism. Certain kind of people. And some notions, like the notion of privilege. Okay? So this is it for today. 5 phrasal verbs. I don't know. Tomorrow we'll have more phrasal verbs. And this will soon be over. But today we saw wrap up, which means to bring something to a conclusion, to finish something. We saw blow off, which means to make something explode, literally explode. To seek out, which means to look for a long period of time. To beef something up, to make something better, stronger, sturdier, etc. And to bristle at, to show indignation, to show anger at something. All right, so that's it. I don't know if you still want to talk. Let me try here. All right, so if you guys want to chat, this is the time. If not, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you, Isaias. I hope you can use right away, okay, these phrasal verbs. This is the best way to remember them, to use them right away. Do not be afraid of making mistakes. This is really bad. when you keep from practicing because you are afraid of making mistakes, that's not good at all. So practice, practice, practice. Follow us on our YouTube channel, Melhore Seu Inglês, our podcast, Melhore Seu Inglês, our profile here, Melhore Seu Inglês. And I hope you have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow, probably, hopefully. Take care. Bye-bye.